put 20% down. So, so I just kept working and saving. And I told myself, hey, you know, if the first one came to me when I was ready, the second one will too. So I was clear on the goal, and I knew my numbers and I knew my financials and exactly what I was looking for. So 3 years to the day, almost of buying that first property and living there and managing it. I went on a referral listing appointment to a 3-unit property, and I was not thinking at all to buy it. You know, I've been working all this time. I just wanted the listing. So, you know, I met with the owner, and we agreed and we talked, and I was competing, and we agreed on pricing and marketing and all that stuff. And I got the listing, and I was so excited. And then I got home and my wheels started turning, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's like such a cute house. And it's got 2 other units, and it's walkable to all of these great restaurants and cafes, and there's a fireplace and blah, blah. So I started digging into my finances and looking at all the numbers, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can do this. This might be the one. So I called up the owner, and I said, hey, guess what? I want to buy your property. And she was actually really excited. She said, you're kidding me. And so I thought about, you know, how does that feel fair? And how does that not feel like I'm taking advantage of somebody or anything else? So what I came up with and what she agreed to is I gave her $15,000 over what we were going to go to market at. The numbers made sense. It was exactly, you know, what I wanted, and we put a deal together. So then that was a huge thing for me, because now, you know, I'm just like 8 years in, and I've got my home, and I've got 5 rentals, and those 5 rentals are paying 100% of my mortgages, taxes, insurance, property manager, utilities, and I still come out with a little bit of positive cash flow. So I got no mortgage. I got everybody else taking care of everything. I went from having nothing to having that, and just taking those steps of, you know, focusing on my work, having the vision of what I wanted to create in my life, and then just, you know, working towards that.
One, I'm so excited to hear that. What I want to know is,
Yeah.
did you take a commission on that deal or not when you paid her 15 over?
No.
Okay.
No, there was no. No. I'm trying to think if I applied it. No, I think we just, well, if maybe I applied my maybe I applied my commission to the closing costs or something, but I'm not totally positive. But I know that I did give her $15,000 over what we were going to market at, so it felt like a win-win to everybody. And that wasn't a huge amount. I mean, it was reasonable for everybody. It felt good. So now I'm 10 years into the business, and it's mostly all repeat and referral. I don't chase business or awards. I have 5 rentals that pay, you know, all of my expenses, and people, I got about $900,000 in equity. So there's that. I mean, anybody can do it. It's exciting. And again, you know, we sit at the source. So what I'm doing now is I'm investing in great people for planning the next 8 years of my life. I'm getting new financial planners, bookkeepers, CPA, business and personal coaches. And we're really dialing in on, you know, now that I've got all of that taken care of, it's like, okay, what's my exit strategy? You know, do I want to keep working this hard for the rest of my life? You know, what I think I want is, I want to work 4 years, about the same that I'm doing now. Got a great thriving business. And then another 4 years, probably start doing more splits, handing stuff off, work about half the time. And in 8 years, you know, I want to be able to choose cherry pick the deals or choose whether I want to work or not. And I want to live, you know, a great life and be able to travel and have financial freedom and, you know, all of those things. So I'm working on really getting that dialed in. Now I know where, you know, exactly where the extra money is going. I may buy another property. I don't know right now. We're figuring all of that out. But, you know, I used to tell people about how I lost everything. Like it was something really terrible that happened to me. And one of my coaches once came to me and said, you know, Lisa, how about if we reframe that? How about if losing everything was your gift? How about if that was your gift to be able to allow you to tap into your real potential and see what you're really able to accomplish out there in the world? And that totally changed my perspective. So, you know, it doesn't really matter where you are in your life. The opportunities in real estate are endless. When you're thinking about your clients, also think about yourself. Think about what, you know, what are you accomplishing for yourself in this business, and maybe what's your exit strategy. And again, you know, because we sit at the source. So one of my favorite sayings, I'll wrap up with this, is from Warren Buffett. And it's, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll be working till you die. So with that, I'll end. You know, dream big and make it happen. And thank you so much for having me. I really
Lisa, I really appreciate, you know, I hear that, and I hear break down to break through. And I think you're an illustration of that, you know what, if we just put our head down and we work, and we don't even look for recognition because of it, then you know what, recognition will come. And I don't mean the awards. I mean creating a life by design, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's it, Ben.
Absolutely. So there's Lisa, real quick, there's a question.
Yes.
Okay. There's a question in the comments. So hold on. Z, tell me what it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Read,
Okay.
speak.
I love the success manager too.
Yes.
That's like that's amazing.
Thank you.
Have you considered adding and ADUs to your existing properties? The California ADU law from last year or the year before is pretty exciting for adding needed housing.
Absolutely. And that's something, you know, the nice thing about doing this for yourself too, is that when you're meeting with clients that are like-minded, you're living it. You know, you're passionate about it, and you can tell the story because it's something that you're doing in your own life. And then you really start to understand, you know, what the opportunities are. And yes, my properties don't have room for an ADU right now.
What is an ADU? Do you know what?
Accessory dwelling unit.
Okay.
So in California, and especially in San Diego, because we have such low inventory, the city is encouraging density. So where you had a single family home on a lot, you can now legally add an accessory dwelling unit on a single family parcel and have it be a legal rental. So a lot of people are taking advantage of that. And whether it's converting a garage or building a whole new structure or what have you, and it can also be, I mean, there's other things. There's companion unit, there's junior companion unit. I mean, there's a lot of ways to take, and that's a really good point, because maybe that's something you want to, I don't know how it is in Texas, but that we have people doing that here, you know, on their single family lot and creating that additional income, because you know, rentals, short-term and long-term, oh my gosh, off the chart. I mean, we don't have enough homes to sell, and we don't have enough homes to rent, short and long-term. It's unbelievable. I actually have a tenant turnover right now, and I've only had this property for two years, and I got my property manager on it because I just need to focus on my work, and I said, you know, told him all the things that were important. he advertised it for $800 a month more than what I was getting before. And I said, really? And I'm tapped into this market, but you know, I focus on everybody else's stuff and not that much, you know, let him handle that. And he said, yeah. And they had 8 people over here first night, last night. And so it's like, so, you know, again, with multi-unit, you're going to keep building that equity, and you're going to keep the income is going to, you know, potentially, or should, you know, keep going up. So it doesn't matter as much what your acquisition is, because you're not dependent on the market going up and down. You just got that steady stream of income that covers all your expenses.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing that, because my partner in crime, Brad Johnson, I don't know how many properties Brad personally owns, but I know his company, they flip a lot of properties, and I'm sure they might cherry pick and keep a nice 1 or 2 for themselves. And so I would suggest everyone on the call, again, we're in such an amazing business, and when the opportunity presents itself, now again, I think you've got to be in a position to take advantage when the opportunity presents itself. I think when Lisa and I chatted, I own a few properties, and I'm fortunate right now. I'm somewhere around 1.1, 1.2 million, you know, in equity, which is a nice position to be in, and yet I want more. And so I would encourage everyone on the call, when the opportunity presents itself, you know what, jump on it and take it.
I
Right.
want to say one more thing, and that is, what's the definition of luck? When preparedness meets opportunity.
Yep. Yeah.
So just keep putting in the work, and when the opportunity comes, you're going to be prepared to act on it. You may call it luck, but you were prepared.
Yep. Another way of putting it, that is opportunity, which my college football coach told me. It's the definition: when preparation meets opportunity. So
opportunity.
Right?
All right. Ben,
Guys,
thank you so much.
Lisa, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for chiming in and hanging out a couple of minutes longer. And I apologize for the snafu and then you guys getting back. I hope you got value from this. So next week, because of Mega Camp, we won't have our community group, but we'll be back on the 2nd. And like